If you've lived in a street with a household that has a substantial amount of trouble, you've seen exactly this phenomena where the house is dilapidated and unkempt and the lawn is abandoned, and there's a miasma of negativity that surrounds the household that has a substantial amount of trouble. You've seen exactly this phenomena where the house is dilapidated and unkempt and the lawn is abandoned, and there's a miasma of negativity that surrounds the household, and you know that there's something monstrous going on inside it that's pathologizing not only the inhabitants of the house, but beginning to spread out into the neighborhood itself. Then you've experienced exactly the situation that's being described in this book. Okay, so now, because the dragon's been ignored, because the problem has been ignored, because the household is rigid and tyrannical in its presuppositions, the dragon has got so large that chaos rules the house instead of order. And the trajectory of the family is being determined by the emergent property that no one has the courage to deal with. And so you can imagine what happens if your household becomes so chaotic that it runs away, so to speak, and so you don't get your mail and you don't get your notifications, and all that does is aggregate a lot more chaos around you and cause all sorts of long-term trouble and turn into this vicious, self-devouring spiral that's like a dragon that eats its own tail, which is a symbol of exactly that. So there's a real tragedy brewing in this story because, well, this happens to people, doesn't it, when a father, let's say, comes home from work and finds that the locks have been changed and his wife is gone with the kids, and the question is exactly what happened, and the answer is invariably there was a terrible dragon in the house that could have hypothetically been attended to when it was still small, but that was ignored studiously by all who were involved and grew to the point where it dominated the entire house so that everything became cataclysmically difficult, and then it ran off with the house itself.